do we really want to spend 200, 300,000 of the savings that you put in for healthcare or whatever care that you're going to have out there? I think that's where we were going with that. Let's have that as a starting point here, Colin, because there's so many things we need to discuss, but that was a really good point. Please, can you continue that for our listeners, please?
Yeah, and if you think about it, Tom, when we're born, we're running around as kids, we're having a good time, we think we're all in good health, and then all of a sudden, what ends up happening is life starts catching up to you. You get to work, you get a family, you maybe stop doing things, and what we do is we spend about 55% of our life in moderate health, not poor health. We spend towards the end of our life, on average, not everyone, but on average, about 9 to 10 years, a little longer, depending on whose numbers you're looking at, in ill health or poor health. But to me, it's the moderate health that we can make a huge difference. If we can catch things before they become major issues, man, we could change the world around us and transition people back to good health instead of poor health.
I like it a lot. I mean, it's one of those things, again, as I mentioned during break, why we brought the RFZ and we're really trying to expand the growth with this and International Council of Active Aging. When we come to your convention again, we're going to have to do the RFZ because everybody's refiring. And it doesn't matter if you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, because COVID changed everything. And so many, that's why I did that, Colin, was because remember we had the retirement zone when you were on the show before.
I do.
Was specifically, you remember, it was specifically designed for our retirement phase, the retirement phase of our life. Well, then everybody started to change careers and jobs and shifting gears and changing things up and working from home, and everything got scrambled. And so I brought the RFC back, and people like it. I mean, it's something that it's just everything you talk about is perfect for our journey into the RFZ. What do you think about that?
Oh, I think so. The sad part about this whole thing, Tom, is that we have the control within us to make a difference. We just simply need to do it. Let's use as an example, on a global level, we could reduce the burden of chronic health diseases by 40% between now or over the next 2 decades, just simply by utilizing the current interventions that we have. The problem is we don't. That's the problem. It's no different than as individuals. When you hit the age of 50, you could extend your lifespan by 14.4 years for women and 12.2 years for men if you just simply did 5 simple things. And it also increases your quality of life and pushes things like cancers and all of that out further and further. And those 5 things are just simply limiting the amount that you drink to a very small amount, never smoking or eliminating smoking, having a healthy BMI, eating healthy foods, and exercising, something that we all talk about, but only 8% of the population actually do all 5. Some will be an exercise fanatic, but will eat crap and drink and smoke and all that stuff. Hey, I'm not passing judgment because none of us are perfect. But the reality is, if we wanted to live longer, better, which is what we want to do. I mean, we don't want to live longer and have poor health. Those 5 simple things could make a massive difference, but we don't do them. So it's all within our control.
We have spots. Excuse me, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but no, you're that's okay. Right. And that's the thing is we have these gaps.
Yeah.
And what we have to try to do is just encourage people to think about these things. That's why we do what we do. We got about a minute before we go to break here, Colin. I want you to give you a chance to set up where you want to take this. Let the listeners know where you want to kind of go with this in the next 30 seconds. Would you please, with the rest of the show?
I think the exciting part is how those 3 words are changing the world around us, living better, longer. And what does that really mean? 90% of the population define healthy aging as an example as being able to do the things they want to do, when they want to do them, and with who they want to do them. So how is that going to change the world around us?
All right, we're going to come back to that. That's perfect. Thank you, Colin, for setting that thing up. Living better longer. LBL. I like it. I like it a lot. It's like the RFZ, and that's what we do here. Colin Milner, the urgent challenge of our population growing older. We don't say aging. We don't say getting old. We say growing older. We'll be right back.